All right then, guys. Hope you're all doing well. So I'm sure you've seen this over YouTube over today. A lot of the Liverpool channels will have touched on this regarding Mamardashvili. This article that's come out on the Athletic from Greg Evans. Now, I just want to give my thoughts and opinions on it, with some stats and stuff. So we're going to go through the article. We're then going to compare Mamardashvili to Alisson and Kelleher for this season with the data maps. We're then going to do Mamardashvili over the past 4 seasons as well, so we can actually see, has he regressed over time or got better, yada, yada, yada. And then we'll also finish off by looking at player ratings over on FootMob for overall of this season. So if you're interested in all that stuff, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment down below to let me know your thoughts on what Liverpool should do at the goalkeeper position this summer. So let's start off with the article, shall we? So I can't obviously read out the whole thing to you because it is behind a paywall, but I have gone through it and highlighted bits that I want to read out to you. So the title of the article, if you are interested in this, is Georgi Mamardashvili wants to be Liverpool's number one. So what does Arne Slot do with his goalkeepers? Now, I just want to preface this, that if you've been around this channel for a bit and you come along to the lives, I am of the opinion that Kelleher will leave this summer, as he has said that he wanted to leave last summer. And I probably won't rule out Alisson going as well. I mean, his contract isn't running out, but he has become a little bit injury prone over the past 2 seasons. And he is still the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. But I don't know, guys. I just have a sneaky feeling that Liverpool might think, right, this is last chance we can get some decent money for him now, so let's just cash in. Do you know what I mean? I could see him going to Saudi. I mean, he did an article that came out roundabout after the summer window closed when Liverpool signed Mamardashvili, and he said that he would stay at the club as long as the club wanted him, and he did leave the door open to a potential move about going to Saudi at one point. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, back to the article. So I've scrolled down a fair bit to my first highlighted part, and it says, Valencia are a faded force, certainly compared with their days of the early 2000s when they won the La Liga twice and were regulars in the Champions League. Reaching the final in back-to-back seasons this term, however, has been a struggle. They have languished in relegation places for most of the campaign, while the arrival of a new manager has given the team a fighting chance of survival. He has picked up 12 points from his first 9 league games in charge, and there is no guarantee that Valencia will avoid a first relegation since 1986. Mamardashvili has a deep connection with Valencia, having signed as a relative unknown from Georgian side 3.5 seasons ago, after capturing the eyes of scouts during a loan spell. He has bonded with the club's fans and is desperate to bow out on a relative high. At Valencia, Mamardashvili is not cited as one of the reasons for the club's slide into trouble. There has been the odd error, including one in the 7-1 thrashing by Barcelona in January, but no more than goalkeepers would originally endure. Only bottom-placed Val... What is it? How do you say that? Double L is a Y in Spanish. Oh, I don't know. Valladolid, is that how you pronounce it? Have conceded more than Valencia's 44 goals is attributed more to the quality of the defensive work in front of him rather than Mamardashvili, who helped his side rank 4th in La Liga for clean sheets last season despite finishing 9th in the league. Other statistics that might seem concerning for Liverpool fans also require context. At a 63% passing accuracy appears underwhelming, but 44% of his 600 passes have ended up in the opposition's half, with 16% of the total ending in the final third. So basically, he's hitting that ball long all time. So is that down to how he wants to play, or is that down to how he's been asked to play? That's something we've got to bear in mind, guys. Mamardashvili is taking a far greater risk with the distance covered compared with other goalkeepers who use short passes to start the build-up. Take Alisson's passing accuracy of 81%, for example. Just 20% of his passes have ended up in the opposition's half, with only 7 making it into the final third. Kelleher has played in the Premier League, just 29% of his kicks have gone long. When Mamardashvili arrives at Anfield, he can expect to receive similar instructions from Slot. So there you have it, like, it's how he's been asked to play. basically, regardless of what happens in Spain, Mamardashvili is scheduled to link up with his parent club for pre-season training and then push for a starting place. Soon after the move was confirmed in August, he started taking English lessons and has recently been looking at living arrangements in the UK. Liverpool also check in regularly and have monitored every game he's played in. Well, so they should. Like, you've gone out and spent a lot of money, and you've obviously tried to make this kid the future of your club at the goalkeeping position. The outlook at Anfield is intriguing because they already have two ready-made number ones in Alisson and Kelleher, as well as Jaros, a highly rated third-choice goalkeeper who has featured for the first team this season. Again, going back to my original comments, guys, I would not be surprised if we got to the beginning of next season and we've got Mamardashvili as the number one and Jaros as our number two. I could see that happening. Mamardashvili does not see himself as anything other than a number one. And while he's fully respectful of Alisson, he signed for Liverpool with the intention of playing and not sitting on the bench. Footage after Barcelona's win over Valencia last month showed the striker Ferran Torres asking Mamardashvili, why didn't you go to Liverpool last summer? And he basically just said, Alisson. So again, Mamardashvili is coming in this season, at the end of the season, yeah? He's already said the reason why he didn't come last summer is because of Alisson. Again, it ties back in again, guys. Has he been told the plan is to move on Alisson? I wouldn't have thought so. Like, why would the club turn around and tell a player, we're going to move Alisson on? But maybe they've been told, yeah, Alisson's going to sit on the bench and you're going to get number one. But then tying that into the whole model of what FSG and Liverpool do, why would Liverpool have a 180, 200 grand a week goalkeeper sat on the bench? It's the same thing that happened with Pepe Reina, guys, when we brought in Mingale. He will not have someone on his wages sat on the bench, guaranteed, especially in that position anyway. So there you have it. That's the little snippets I wanted to read from the article for you guys. Now, I just want to show you some of these little stat maps. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you're going to be able to see these, so I'm going to just try and pull them up anyway, as best I can. So maybe you can see it. Yeah, you can just about make it out, can't you? So basically, this is Alisson, Kelleher, and Mamardashvili for this season, guys. So as you can see, Mamardashvili is the youngest one. Defensive actions. Alisson is at the top with Mamardashvili with 70. Mamardashvili is second with 62.7. And Kelleher is last with 11.3. In the air, so basically, coming out for the ball, punching it, grabbing it, whatever. Alisson is well ahead of both of them two at 52.7, whereas Kelleher and Mamardashvili are pretty much tied at 20. Exits, coming out, being a sweeper keeper, running to get the ball, intercepting it. Alisson, 40%. Kelleher, 13, and Mamardashvili is ahead of him at 16. So again, he's better than Kelleher, but he's nowhere near doing what Alisson does for Liverpool right now. Again, we've spoke about the passes earlier on. So again, Mamardashvili is towards the bottom end of it all. Long passes, he's a lot higher than them two because as we spoke about just recently, again, he does that a lot more often. Short passes, again, he is behind because he's not being asked to do that. PSXGGA, which is basically post-shot goals and assists that, against goals against, basically, right? So every time he saves a shot, how often does it happen that how likely is it they're going to get a chance to score again? And Mamardashvili ranks quite low on that at 9.3. Kelleher, 94 at the top. And then Alisson at 55. So it's basically 50-50 for Alisson if that happens or not. And then obviously Mamardashvili has played the most minutes. If you look at the graph here, you can see the pink is Kelleher. Alisson is the blue, who's obviously a lot more of an all-rounder. And Mamardashvili is this green. And he just, I don't know, guys. Like, it doesn't match up with the other two at all for me. Like, I feel like, again, he may be being asked to do a certain thing, right, at Valencia. But it just looks like, looking at this, a completely different goalkeeper for what Liverpool have been using over the past few seasons, sorry. But we'll have to just wait and see. This next one for you is Mamardashvili's career at Valencia. So the yellow is this season. The blue is when he first joined them. So again, as you can see, like, he was asked to shoot the ball a lot more further than he has done. The pink is that one. This green graph is his best season at Valencia, which was last season. Again, he is a lot better here. So he has regressed this season stats-wise compared to what he has done in the past, like by quite a fair bit, to be fair. But again, is this down to what was mentioned in the article, that the team around him is just a lot worse? I'm not too sure, guys. I mean, if you look at the way the graph has grown over the years, like it's pretty much stayed the same. Like, you know, very not much passing wise, not much short passing wise, apart from like a little bit this season. But prior to that, literally next to nothing. His shot stopping was through the roof in last year. His defensive actions is pretty much the same as this year. His aerial was a lot better the season before. His exits were a lot better the season before. So he has 100% regressed this year, guys, in regards to his stats. And then lastly, before we close off this video, guys, I want to just show you this. So this is FootMob, and as you can see, we've got like a few other stats and bits and bobs lined up along here. So overall rating this year for Alisson is a 7.1. He's had 8 clean sheets in the Premier League, conceded just 17 goals in 20 matches. We've got Kelleher here, again, 7.6. 9 goals conceded, 3 clean sheets in 8 matches in the Premier League. And then Mamardashvili, 6.53, 5 clean sheets. So he's got more than Kelleher, but obviously he's played more games. He's conceded 38 goals in 22 games. Like Alisson, 17, 20 games. 38, 22 games, guys. Obviously, I think he's played more minutes than Alisson as well, because Alisson was out injured. He has saved 1 penalty out of 4. Alisson's not had to face a penalty, and Kelleher's saved the 1 penalty that he did have to come up against in the Premier League. And then lastly, guys, just here, Mamardashvili is left-footed, whereas Ali and Kelleher are both right. So you got to bear that in mind as well in regards to how the team will be expected to play going further forward. The goalkeeper now prefers his other foot. So if that, do you know, like we see when Alisson gets the ball, he passes it out that way, you know, because that's a bit more of a comfortable pass, isn't it? Mamardashvili may end up passing it further the other way. Like, I don't know, like it depends, doesn't it, guys? But anyway, that's it for this video. I'm not too harsh on him because I just think he's been asked to do a different thing at this club, and that's where I stand right now. I'm willing to give him the summer. I wouldn't rush to sell Alisson just yet. Like, I would prefer if Mamardashvili came to Liverpool and sat under Alisson for a season at least anyway. But I just don't think that's going to happen, guys. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below on all of this, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.